Well, folks, just a poor game by the Bears the entire day. Nothing in this game went right. From the first drive of the game by the Bengals, they can't, nothing worked. Their O-line was terrible. Their pass rush was terrible. Their coverage was terrible. They could not match the energy that the Bengals had. Now, I don't know what it is. This game was originally scheduled for noon. And then, I think just a couple of weeks ago, they moved the start time to 3:15. That is stupid because the flexible scheduling doesn't happen until week 10. So I don't know why that start time was changed. But whatever happened out there, I don't know. This was just absolutely terrible. They could not do anything right in this game. From the first snap on, and here's what I'm talking about. Let's turn this up. Look at that. I mean, this guy is a former Bear, and they let him go last year, and he's kicking the crap out of him. No answer at all for Ocho Cinco, Benson, Palmer. That is just ridiculous. And then here, it gets even worse. Look at this. Offensive line is really, I don't know why on earth they cannot get it together. And this is what happens when you're behind. You have the tendency to make mistakes. Look at it. Wide open. And here we go again. Cutler. Another mistake there. Nice throw, nice catch, but not securing the football. Nothing went right in this game. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Nothing went right. Nice catch there. That's great. But here, putting the ball on the ground. Fourth and 5 here. Look at this again. And this is what happens, And Cutler, this is not the first time he's done that. Throwing interceptions like crazy. The offensive line is really the problem. It's not Cutler. The offensive line is part of the problem. As good as Cutler is, he needs to step up his game just like the rest of them. I don't care how good your quarterback is. Whether it's Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or John Elway or Joe Montana in their prime. If your O-line sucks, then your quarterback, running back, they're going to pay the price as well. That is just not cool.
There's plenty of blame that can be spread around with this team. In the final analysis, what did you take from this 35-point loss.
I saw a Bears team that didn't come out ready to play, and that's disheartening because we all know the intensity, and every game is different in their intensity level. As soon as the Bears realize that, hey, this Cincinnati Bengal team is coming out playing with their hair on fire, you have to raise your level of play and match that intensity. The Bears did. You saw their confidence drop as the game went on, and then eventually the Bears quit, which is you never see that out of a Chicago Bears team.
This is one of those type of games where you can say.
And I totally agree with Jim Miller on that. You know, the Bears just flat out quit, which is something they rarely do. You know, from the first snap of the ball on, nothing went right. So, you know, when an opponent comes out with intensity, you've got to pick your game up to another level. And obviously today that didn't happen. You know, in this game is about making plays, taking your game to another level when you need to, responding when you need to. None of those happened today, and if you don't match an opponent's intensity, you are going to get embarrassed in a hurry, and that's what happened today. Embarrassed, fucked up. You're just totally screwed. And, you know, I played football in high school, and I've been on teams where more often than not we got our asses killed because we weren't ready to play. And that was the Bears today here. You know, good news is you're going to have Cleveland coming up at home. Next two games are at home, Cleveland and then Arizona. Cleveland is not a good team. They got killed today by Green Bay. So the Bears need to do a better job. And I can guarantee you Lovey's not going to give them a day off tomorrow, and I don't blame him. But when guys are not playing well or in games or performing well in practice, he needs to yank their ass out of there and put in someone else who's willing to step up and show they can step up. Lovey is being way too soft, and that's just sad. Because you know what? I can remember one coach of mine in high school who, when you didn't do what you were supposed to do, he was on you in a hurry. He was screaming, cussing in a hurry. And, you know, I've seen him a few times where he just lost it. Because, you know, you can be ready to play physically, but if you're not ready mentally, you are screwed. Now, I'm not saying Jay Cutler is a bad quarterback. He's an excellent quarterback. He just doesn't have the skill that he had in Denver. And we knew that coming in. But hopefully they'll be able to build a team where he will have that skill. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's, you know, it's just a disappointing thing, you know, to get your ass beat 45-10. You know, there's a lot of things that are going to have to improve this week in practice. Particularly the, you know, the offensive line just has been atrocious this year. Particularly at run blocking, but also at pass protection. So, you know, hopefully the Bears can get it together and hopefully the rest of the season will go smooth. But, you know, it starts in practice. And I don't care whether you've got a game at noon 3:15, 7:15, or a Monday night game at 7:30. You have to be ready to play. There's no excuse for this kind of performance. No excuses. So, that's it from me. But if anyone who agrees with me or disagrees, just send me a video response and I'll see what you have to say.